a simple project on the Subaru Sambar Diaz Classic van today. The shifter. These are bushings that go into the cables of the shifter, and then some associated hardware like locking pins, and these things probably won't make a difference, but the bushings will. They're worn, and well, they were destroyed when I got the vehicle, so I cut some Teflon, high density polyethylene, and stuffed it in there as a makeshift solution until I could get my hands on the real thing, and they've come in. Should be a fairly simple job. 2 up front, 2 screws on the side, and there might be one here, I forget, but it's not very many, and this whole thing lifts up, so stand by. Now the bushings at the end of these cable housings are what we're going to change, because gear shift on this vehicle, it's just a rod that floats, and it gets all of its input on where the limits are to its throw through the cables. There's the bushing part number, and that's what it looks like. That's going to replace the makeshift that I'd put in here, because the originals were just dust. So that was the plastic I found and stuffed in there, and we're going to replace it with the proper bushing. We also have new washers and new what do you call those, snap rings. There's the other one installed, and the shifter's really, it's on a spring that pushes it towards the driver's side, but other than that, it's free to go wherever it wants. It gets all of its information about the H pattern through the tension in the cable. So if your bushings are shot, you're going to have a really sloppy shifter. They're not expensive. I did have to wait to get it from Japan, but I have since found some people here in the US. OK Garage, K-E-I, OK Garage. You can find them on YouTube. They've got them, and they're in the US, and it's a pretty simple job. And I did realize that I would be better off to insert the bushing into the eyelet before lining it up with the shifter mechanism. Just easier to put together that way, so that's what I'm going to do. Put it into the eyelet first. Also useful to know is that your main fuses are behind this panel, and right behind that square. It clips onto the back, but your 60, 30, and 40 amp fuses are right here.